Hello, you're watching Hornbill TV special broadcast on the election results 2026 and the verdict that the voters have given. Well, it's now going to be, it's already 12 and major counting has started. It's reached almost middle stages of the counting rounds, and in Assam, where 126 assembly seats are for grab, the Bharatiya Janata Party seems to be having a comfortable lead with the Congress and its alliance partners, the AJP and the Raijor Dal, falling in place. But now we move to one section of Assam, the Barak Valley section, and we've got our correspondent Anirudh, who is currently there in Silchar, and we'll connect to him and find out what's the latest trends that the Election Commission is showing, and also what is the environment there with the Bharatiya Janata Party doing pretty well in the Barak Valley seats, and also some seats in which they were stronghold of the AIUDF and the INC, but somehow the AIUDF seems to be in second place in almost every constituency except in Binakandi, where AIUDF chief Badruddin Ajmal is currently leading. So first of all, Anirudh, thanks again for joining us. What's the latest update from the Silchar Assembly constituency, and do you believe that it's this time around too that the Bharatiya Janata Party will take Silchar?
You see, the Chief Minister of Assam, in fact, he did pressing in Barak Valley. Barak Valley, out of the 13 seats,
Yes.
was hopeful of getting around 10 seats, 9 to 10 seats.
Yes.
And that seems to be the possibility, but it may not be 9 or 10,
Right.
but it will be more than 8 seats out of the 13 seats
Right.
in Barak Valley that BJP is going to get. As far as Kachar is concerned, which is the largest, having 7 assembly constituencies, and the present trend that is going, almost 9 to 10 rounds have been completed out of the 14.
Yes.
And it is showing that BJP is going to win 6 seats. A considerable lead has been taken by their candidates, and out of they are going to win 6 seats, and only 1 seat, the Sunai Assembly constituency, the Congress is going to get Akivito.
All right, Anirudh, now coming back to the election campaign, the BJP had a vociferous campaign where it talked about illegal immigrants, and the term Mia became quite famous, as we've never heard the word being used so publicly before. But, and also around that area, Karimganj side or whatever, that was the stronghold of usually the AIUDF, but now we see that the AIUDF, apart from Badruddin Ajmal, he's the one who's leading in the Binakandi, but not elsewhere that the AIUDF have put opponents. Now coming back to the pitch of all the parties that campaigned in Barak Valley, what were some of the issues that people thought about when they voted? Like if you look at it, every monsoons, Barak Valley is deeply affected. There's staggering losses due to floods, and a lot of people are displaced. Are these issues that people actually consider when they go and vote?
Yeah, it's in fact, what what Chief Minister has promised, and he has shown that the BJP coming to power from 2016 in Assam till now, there has been a sea change of development, not only in entire other parts of Assam, but in Barak Valley also. If you go by the, Barak Valley, you have correctly said that it always used to remain cut off from rest of India during monsoon, basically during monsoon. But this time around, the development works like road connectivity and all, it is improving day by day. They have started, there is going to, the express corridor now from Pachgram of Kachha district to the end of Barapani in Meghalaya. From where they will get to be easily connected to Guwahati also. Time taken, either it will take 12 to 14 hours, now it will only take 5 hours. These sort of projects have already started. The work is going on. Not only that, the Mahasadak, that is a 40 letter stamped by a former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee.
Yes.
That work is also going on in full swing.
Yes.
And in fact, it was supposed to start by this March, but it will be extended for a few more months. Work is going on continuously. And these sort of things of, what that has happened. The Secretary, Civil Secretary,
Yes.
was one bottleneck which has been completed, that has been inaugurated. There are many other development projects going on.
Yes.
And that shows that the people believe in BJP right now of continuing this work. If it doesn't be in power, then these sort of things cannot work. So these are the things that probably the voters have bestowed upon their confidence, and that is the reason. It shows that out of the 7 seats of Katha district, they are going to win 6. Not only that, in Karimnagar, out of 4, BJP is going to win, likely to win 2 seats where they are leading, and that will make the tally to 8. And Hailagani, they are battling. So let's see, by the end of this day, we'll be able to show that there will be around 8, more than 8 seats that BJP is going to win from Barak Valley. Not only that, in other parts of Assam also, the same trend is coming, because the Chief Minister of Assam has directly said that I am going to win more, but he tell you that he has kept it with more than 90, the BJP and his allies. So that is the figure that is coming out right now. It is showing more than 90 right now, and the BJP is going to form the government for the 3rd time round. Okay, we talk.
All right, Anirudh, now talking about a party that has shown quite a dim representation, let's talk about the Trinamool Congress. If you look at it, the way Barak Valley is formed, even in the Lok Sabha elections, when we spoke a few years back, there was an issue of the Khilonjia, but this time the TMC, I think due to the elections in West Bengal too, did not want to focus too much on Assam. But they have put up about around 20 to 23 candidates. So what is the TMC's current showing, and do you believe, because when Susmita Dev was, when she produced the manifesto for the TMC, she said that she would happily work as a strong opposition, and she hoped that a few seats will be garnered by the Trinamool Congress. What is the current trend right now, and do you believe that the TMC can actually have representation in the Barak Valley sector?
Because the numbers that are adding up is not showing the results that she was expecting. In fact, I spoke to her and I was saying that if people are fielding 22 candidates out of 126, what is the reason behind that? And yeah, the main purpose of the TMC coming to Assam and fielding these candidates was to assess how many number of votes that they get. At the end of the day, it will be clear how many votes that they have got. And because, you know, they want to make the presence slowly into Assam. And because if there is an alternative later on in some parts in the years to come, then the people should look for TMC. But the results that has come today does not reflect as to what they were planning to do out here in not only in Assam. In Barak Valley, they fielded 5 seats, 5 candidates, but none of them are showing as much of the vote count to please the party or please the public to vote in their favor.
All right, Anirudh, another point of factor, I mean, if you look at the major players in this year's Assam Assembly elections, it's basically the BJP and the NDA allies, and you've got Congress and its allies, the Raijor Dal and the AGP. When you look at the opposition, or rather if you look at the Congress, there is an alliance of the 3 Gogoi alliance. You've got Lurin Jyoti, you've got Akhil Gogoi, and you've got Gaurav Gogoi. Well, if you look at them, their sectors are towards Upper Assam side. Does such coalition actually impact the whole area, or rather does having such coalitions actually impact the votes there in Barak Valley too?
In fact, you know, those factors didn't play much out here in Barak Valley, because the Raijor Dal or the Assam Jahtiyawadi Party, that didn't fill any candidates. Only in 1 seat their BJP's alliance partner AGP is contesting from Sonai, and where they are losing. But the entire picture is, if you take the entire picture of Assam into account, you know, people nowadays only want a stable government, a government which should not be shaky after getting formed. And those things people realize very much, and they want a stable government, a government that can take their issues forward, and the promises that they make, they can keep. And that is what they believe in right now in Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma and voting for the BJP.
All right, another factor that I want to actually ask you is the fact it was a very unfortunate incident in which Assam's cultural icon Zubin Garg, he passed away, after which every political party in Assam took leverage over the death of Mr. Zubin Garg, who is so loved by the people of Assam. We could see that after the death, after the body was brought, how Assam stood at a standstill for almost a week, where you've got people coming and flooding the roads just to pay one last respect to their loved cultural icon. Well, you've seen that almost all the political parties have stated in their manifestos that they will get justice for Zubin Garg. How much of this is a factor in the Barak Valley also, and is this also going to have some semblance in the way the votes have been cast?
You see, in Barak Valley, the love for Zubin is there because he has studied in Karimganj. He was born and brought up. His father used to work in Karimganj, and that's where he has learned. He speaks very good Bengali, being an Assamese.
Yes.
He used to sing Bengali songs also. People love him, but these sort of issues didn't touch upon in Barak Valley.
Okay.
Take, for example, even in Assam also,
Yes.
the Congress in their own manifesto have written that they will, give justice to this
Yes.
case within a period of, in a very short period. But these things did not touch the people. That is what is clearly reflected in the counting that is coming out today. So the BJP has promised that they have put the case in the fast track court,
Yes.
and the fast track court is looking after this case. The case is running smoothly, and a verdict will be given very soon. But the people of Assam, they want, their love for the Zubin is there. These sort of things cannot sway them from the real purpose of a government, a stable government in Assam.
All right, there was a lot of, as the elections were progressing, as the campaigns were progressing, and as they were getting more and more lively, there was a lot of talk about communalism. Is that really a factor for the voters out there? And as we spoke on 9th of April, that a lot of these parties, since a lot of defections happened, so they were waiting for defectors to come join their party. Does this also affect the assembly result?
Yeah, in fact, in some states, the delineation itself has made the entire picture very clear.
Yes.
In this situation, it was said that the delineation itself was done to, suit some political parties'
Yes.
purposes.
Yes.
But you see, communalism or whatever the ideology is being brought forward, the picture is very clear. In fact, the delimitation in some places say, if I take into example, one simple example of, say, Barak Valley,
Okay.
the Barkhala constituency,
Yes.
there are 4 mandals of Barkhala constituency.
Okay.
It is like, one river is flowing in between and 2 mandals are on the other side of the river and another 2 are on the other
Yes.
side. That sort of things have happened as far as delimitation is concerned.
Yes.
It was not as such. But after the delimitation has been done, people are saying that on communal lines, the numbers have been decreased or increased in some seats for suiting a political party. But it is there, and that is the reason why there is a strong opposition to what the center wants to bring into force for increasing the number of seats in the parliament.
All right, now, Anirudh, to end it off, since you have been covering elections on the ground for many years now, do you personally believe that the voters of Assam also have changed the way they vote? Like how it was 20 years ago, do you think the way, the system of voting amongst the voters or what issues affect them, do you think that now it's getting more issue-centric rather than people-centric?
That's very true. In fact, if you look into account the voting patterns of Assam, it has changed drastically over the years. And in fact, over the years, it was very clear, say for one committee whom they would be voting,
Yes.
and the other committee whom they would be voting.
Yes.
And that was very clear. But this time around, I have spoken to many people. In fact, Badapur constituency in Sribhumi district, Muslim guy came to me and said, the Congress, the BJP candidate, Mr. Bhattacharya out there would be going to win. And he was confident. I was surprised as a Muslim guy, so confident and wants the BJP to win from Badapur. So these sort of things have changed, drastically changed over the years. It's not that Hindu or Muslim alone.
Yes.
They want a stable government, a good candidate from their constituency to represent them and to look after the issues that they want to be solved in the days to come. Akivido.
All right, thank you so much, Anirudh. I'll give you time now to visit the strong rooms, and also we'll be getting back in touch with you to get the latest updates as to what the election trends are showing in Barak Valley. But thank you so much for the latest update. Well, that was our correspondent, Anirudh Laskar, and he's currently on the ground in Silchar, and that is an area in the Barak Valley, and he has just said that in the overall seats in Barak Valley, where there are about 13 assembly constituencies, the BJP is on a major lead. They will get a minimum of 8. It could increase to around 9 to 10, but 8 is the minimum. But he said right now the counting is still going on, and they will have to wait till the end of the day to actually ascertain who the winners are. But at this very moment, we've got the BJP leading in about 9 to 10 seats, but those figures could change as time progresses. But it's already won. Many side in Upper Assam too, the counting is still going on. We still see that in Jorhat Assembly constituency, APCC President or Assam Pradesh Congress Committee President Gaurav Gogoi is still trailing against BJP's Mr. Goswami. And not only which, even in Mariani now there is a strong fight between the BJP and the Congress and the AJP. Well, Hornbill TV will be giving you continuous live updates as to the election results that are taking place in about 5 states and a lot of areas where the by-polls had to be necessitated due to deaths or due to MLAs becoming MPs, or for which the Election Commission is giving a live update on its website ECI. So where the data can be found. But at the moment in Assam, it is the BJP that is having a comfortable lead in most of the rounds that have been completed. Well, you can see that the Congress is leading in about 24 to 25 seats. Their alliances, the Raijor Dal, are also performing quite well, at least in the seats that they have contested on, and it's going to be a neck-to-neck fight. And also for the AIUDF in Binakandi, we've got AIUDF Supremo Badruddin Ajmal leading. Hornbill TV will be getting all the live updates, so stay tuned to Hornbill TV.